Hello. Happy Tuesday. I hope it's warm where you are. The weathermen can't seem to get the forecast right. Oh, I forgot my microphone again. So I said, hello. Happy Tuesday. I hope you're warm where you are. The weathermen here can't seem to get the forecast right. So we were supposed to be in the low 50s, I think, yesterday, maybe mid 50s, and then today it was supposed to get up to 60 or 60 something. We can't get out of the 30s and 40s here, and it's been raining, so that makes it seem colder than it really is. Let's see. I have a comment. Hey, Lux, how are you? Thanks for being here. So it's been a scramble today, and literally up until the last minute, I was still working on the show today. So I don't know why it took so long, and I don't feel like I did anything else but go in and out with the dogs and the ducks, and I think I watched one episode of a new TV show I'm watching on Amazon Prime right now, and I can't even remember what it's called, except that it's about it's an Australian show, and it's this team of like elite rescue. It's like the rescue ops team, the city or whatever, so they have to go help people that have fallen off the cliffs or into wells and things like that. I really like it. Then I watched one of those, and then I started another one and thought, I need to go finish up stuff for tonight's show. And then it just got stretched out, and then feeding the dogs, and Gucci got picked up this afternoon. So I'm feeling kind of scattered because I obviously didn't manage my time very well here. I still wonder if there are any other professions where you can make good money and be considered a professional and just be wrong so much of the time. I don't know that the weathermen themselves anymore have anything to do with the forecast. I think way back when, before Doppler radar and satellite imagery and all that, the weathermen, just through time and experience, figured out, okay, the wind has started picking up from this direction, and when I talked to my aunt so-and-so in California, this was happening. And I just feel like the computers maybe have made it even harder to predict accurately. Now, I do think it's a blessing to have the abilities we have with computers for once a storm is here or once the weather has hit us. There's more lead time now for tornado warnings or flash flood warnings or things like that. But as far as predicting the weather out a couple of days when whatever thing is not already happening, I really think they're just guessing. And somewhere somebody's written some programs or algorithms or all of the above, and the computers kind of make their best guess based again on what's happening in other parts of the world and the averages, what the normal conditions are. But it's wrong so often. So I really would love to have had a fire in the fireplace again today. And we've still got some firewood. We cut more firewood 2 nights ago. But that would mean tending to the fire today too, which would have taken up some more time. And I would mostly have enjoyed it like now, like this time of day, but I can't get up and take care of the fireplace while I'm doing the show. So This is my 3-minute makeup job, and obviously, see, the hair's just pulled up in a ponytail thing because I just did not plan appropriately today. But we're going to have a fun time. And the video that we'll be looking at with some of these illusions, we're just going to look at it through my editing software because there was not time to get it rendered into a real video, just because there's lots of little elements, little pieces to it. And I knew that meant it was going to take a while. So instead of tying up the computer rendering it, we're just going to be watching it from my editing software, which should work fine. Haven't done that before. And then that way, after the show, I'll get it rendered and posted to the channel so that people who might have missed the show today can at least enjoy some of these optical illusions. I hope you like the ones I found. I tried not to do too many that you've probably seen already. I know a lot of these were new to me, so I hope that will be the case for you as well. And let's see what Lux is saying. So same kind of, yeah, supposed to be sunny. Oh yeah, we had a dense fog warning that started overnight and went into the morning today. We haven't had any thunder and lightning. Oh, is that? I'll have to check that show out, man. I don't remember what the name of this one is. I guess I could look at my Amazon app and tell you, because I really like it. I recommend it. Prime Video. And I should have a thing, right, that says continue watching. Here we go. Continue watching Rescue Special Ops. So I'm on, what is this, episode 9. And I think there are 13 episodes maybe. I only see one season of it, so I'll be kind of sad if it's really only one season because I really like these characters. And I feel like I just finished watching The Lost Flowers of Alice Hart on Amazon Prime. It's also an Australian show. I watched it primarily because it has Sigourney Weaver. She's one of the leads in the show, and I love her. I think she's amazing and underrated and beautiful in an interesting kind of a way. And the show was fantastic. It really stirred up some things for me, but I think it was done really, really well. And I think it was pretty true to life. I won't spoil it for anybody beyond saying more than that. But I have come to believe, because of other Australian shows I've watched, there's a show called Glitch. I think there's 3 seasons of it. Now, it's kind of a supernatural sci-fi-ish kind of a show, which I love that stuff. And anyway, so it's an Australian show. And that was one of the first Australian series that I remember watching and thinking, wow, they just really know how to do storylines. They know how to do storylines and create believable stories and characters. So don't miss out on any of the Australian series that you might be able to find streaming someplace, because I have yet to come across one that I didn't love. But I'll add Bondi Rescue to my watch list. I'll see if I can find that. And let's see, that happened to a lot of other vendors at the farmer's market this weekend. My AccuWeather on my Samsung was more accurate than theirs. Yeah, that's interesting to me too, because I have this weather app on my phone, and let's look at the temperature right now. And I mean, it changes pretty frequently. So we're at 48 degrees right now. Not raining right this minute, but there is more rain coming in. It's supposed to rain every day this week. I closed our sniff spot for Saturday because I know if we really get rain on Friday, based on what we already have, there's standing water all over the property right now. I know it won't be dry on Saturday, and there's one sniff spot scheduled on Sunday. She booked like a week ago, and it remains to be seen whether or not that's going to hold. Don't worry, you look fancied up going out on a date compared to this. Well, a little lip gloss goes a long way, and I put on some eyeliner, so it's like pretend makeup. But one of the things I like about doing these evening lives is, for me, it feels more casual. When I do the daytime lives, it feels more like I'm at work. I'm in the office. not that I don't still feel casual and relaxed, but for some reason I associate the earlier times of the day with just a different, like a different setting. So now it's more like, okay, it's evening. Everybody's been fed. Everybody's been put up. If you were coming over to my house, we would have a drink or have some desserts or snacks or whatever, and just talk and, shoot the breeze together. And so that's what I'm hoping these will be. And that's part of why I'm having so much fun sharing, funny images or stories or things with you, because that's the kind of things I do when family or friends come over and we just sit around and visit. We talk about this kind of stuff. So you've become my family. You're definitely my friends, but some of you become my family now because you're hanging out with me so that we can look at just some fun and interesting things from the internet. Let's see. Yeah, again, I hope I found some that you haven't seen before. First taste of Australian series was The Crocodile Hunter back in the day when I was a kid. Okay, well, I remember that too. The rain was so bad yesterday, some streets got closed off due to flooding. Wow, we haven't had flooding yet, but again, there's standing water all over the property, and it's just a slippery, sloggy, unpleasant mess. Just having to walk out in it. I have to wear my boots out. I can't take a chance on anything that's not, almost to my knees, because it's just that wet and there's so much water. But enough about the, woes of dealing with Mother Nature. I want to first give a shout out. I think I'm going to do a separate little video, and that might be something I still put out on Fridays. It won't be live, and I'll just do a channel updates for our member channels and guests on the show, and just do a little video that shouts them out and tells you where they stand as of the day that I create the video, so that it's not taking up our fun time during the live streams. So without further ado, let me make sure I have everything really ready to go. And I'll take this time also to thank those of you who are watching live. Even if you're lurking, I'd love for you to be in the comments. Part of what's so fun for me is when I do things where you participate and respond to questions or whatever you see on the screen. That makes it fun and that makes it more real. So I know you can't do that if you're watching as part of the rewatch crew, but I thank you for being part of the rewatch crew if for some reason you weren't able to catch the live stream while it was live. So I'm going to turn off hang on. First, I'm going to share my screen. Oh, let's see. I think I should be able to go full screen. Okay, so now I'm going to share my screen. Again, I've never shared watching the video from the editing software before. So we'll have to see how that goes. And what I'll probably do is I don't know. We'll see how big the images are. If I don't feel like the images are big enough on the screen, I'll take myself off. You can still hear me talking, but you'll see nothing but the editing software version. And again, this is what I look at before I finalize it and then save it as a real video that's going to be uploaded to the channel. Hello, Dancing Alone with Rentals. How are you? Thanks for being here. How cold is it up there? Our week has started out very wet. We've had lots and lots of rain. It finally got a little less cold. I'm not going to call it warm, but it's not as cold as it was. Thank goodness, or all this water would just be a really dangerous mess. Been a wet one for Lux too, see? All right, so let's turn off this music because I already have some music that's going to go with the video. And you guys play along and let me know if you can hear it. Hello, Bud Files. Oh, here we go. Let's see. Let me run it back a little because I was talking and I don't know if you guys heard or saw what the objective is. So are A and B the same color? Let me give you a second to look at this picture. And is the square A, does it look the same color as the square B? Because obviously we have what looks like a checkerboard pattern here. But then there's this thing to kind of throw you. So, and you may have seen this. I realize you guys might have seen this before. So if you already know the answer, that's fine too. This isn't a wrong answers only stream. This is one where you really tell me what the real answer is. So Lux says no, not the same color. And I would look at it too and say, no, they're not the same color. Anybody else want to guess? Does the A square look like the same color as the B square? Let's continue the video to get the answer. So just an FYI, I just used color boards to block out, because that's how you're supposed to do this illusion to test it, is you just block out everything except those two squares. Now, if I was really computer savvy, I could have like moved them up close together to each other. But all I did was just block out everything except those two squares so that you can see that they are the same color. So that's a simple one. Let's see what I've got next. Some of them I'm not going to remember because I don't know what order I put them in. I mean, oops. Oh, I don't want to mute it. I want to turn it down. Ooh, magic dice. I like this one. Anybody seen this before? How cool is that? Okay, so this one you got to stare for 30 seconds. You have to keep staring at the red dot in the center for 30 seconds. Keep staring. The video will tell us when it's time to do the next thing. So no chatting right now. You got to be staring at the red dot. "30 seconds is a very short time if you're on a shopping spree, but it seems like it's forever when you're doing something like this. Stare at that red dot. Keep on staring. I like this one a lot. And I tried all of these, so they really do work. Okay, in just a second here, it's going to tell us to do the next thing. Keep staring at the red dot. In my peripheral vision, I see the chat is moving, but I'll check now. Look away. Look at anything else in your room, in your house. Just look away from the screen. And did you guys see that? It makes like a wavy pattern. Hello, Jerry at Butler Family Farm. How are you? Oh no, that was when I should have done post-hypnotic suggestions, right? Anyway, if it worked for you, great. If it didn't, you can always go back and watch that again when you're not distracted by the chat or me talking. But when you look away, then the room seems to be swaying and moving around in waves. Keela, honey, you have to stop. Nope, 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 nope. I'll have to put you in your crate if you don't stop, baby doll. Okay, so let's play some more and see what we've got coming up next. Had y'all seen that before, where you look at that kind of an image and then look away and see movement? This is neat. This is in Sydney, Australia. So these people are driving past this house. That's pretty neat too. Why are you in the dark, Jerry?
So the Schroeder's staircase is an optical illusion, which is a two-dimensional drawing, which may be perceived either as a drawing of a staircase leading from the left to the right downwards, or the same staircase only turned upside down, facing the same exact way. And I'll show you in just a second. So look at the staircase right down the middle and stare at it, and then I'll spin the staircase around upside down. And then blink your eyes, and you should see the staircase going down the same direction. We'll do it one more time. Stare down the middle, flip it around, blink, and you see the staircase has changed, which is pretty awesome. It's going the same direction. So the staircase can be perceived ways depending on whether you were consider A or B to be the closest wall. So I marked them A and B, and so when you see I flip it around, they actually switch walls, and the staircase still goes down the right way after you blink your eyes. So they're pretty incredible.
That's pretty neat, huh? Oh, okay. Didn't turn light on the room. Oh, maybe that would enhance the effect of that illusion we just did. First one. Does it look like it's the same color as all of the diamonds? Okay, here's another one. So no chatting, just stare at, there's a little white circle kind of right in the middle of that swirling image. You just stare at that, stare at that. This one is really neat. I had seen this one before. So did that work? You guys kind of see the clouds in that image swirling? Just to show you that it's not the video that's moving, I did that little section. All right, oops. Let me read this to you. And let me get rid of my little icon up there. So in the next, there'll be a box that's going to come up that has text in it, and you're supposed to count every letter F that you see. Only count them once, so don't go back and start counting again. Just when you first go through it, count how many F's you see. How many did you find? Yeah, let me pause it. You guys put your answers in the comments. How many F's did you see in that text in the box? Hey, Ritz. No, it's always a come and go opportunity for live streams. I'm just tickled to see you. All right. Lux found 6. To tell you how busy I've been while you're thinking about how many F's you saw, I also found 6 when I first looked at it. Richard only found 2.
Jerry found 4. All I've had to eat all day is a bowl of cereal. And yet I don't feel like I've been that busy. I don't understand what it was. I mean, it's taken a little longer to do things because, again, it's wet and gross and slippery, and I had to change out water in the duck pen this evening, and Ritz found 8. All right, let's play it and see how many there are. So it says put your answer in the comments, obviously. Oh, well, that would work in the comments in the chat. There are 6 F's in the sentence. Most people spot 3 F's. If you got 4, then you're above average. To see 5 is very unusual. If you saw all 6, you are remarkable. Most people miss the F's in of. When we read, we tend to skip short words like of. Our eyes don't physically focus on them. Our brain assumes their presence and fills in the gaps to make sense automatically. All right. Hey, Mist, how are you? Okay, so there's 12 black dots on this next image, but your brain only lets you see a few of them at a time. So you have to just scan across it. You have to just look around randomly to be able to see them. I can't ever see more than like 3 at a time. And if you're having a hard time, this very top row, I don't know if you can see my cursor, there's 4 dots on the top row, 4 dots across the middle row, and 4 dots across the bottom row. This one is pretty simple, but I thought it was kind of neat. See, it does make it kind of look see-through because it's reflecting the tines of the fork. Better to have too much than not enough, Ritz. I always tell people that's why I had 4 kids in 5 years. Okay, so where are these little ladybugs? Oh, I'm still barking at the screen at any car that passes. Can we skip the black dots and go back to the red one? Well, here's ladybugs. Maybe that'll do it. So they're in the same row or the same column. Okay, this is interesting. So you see, it looks kind of warped, right? Aha. But when those little white dots are removed, it's back to normal. In the next image, look for things that change or move to new spots. This one's hard. I didn't see it first time I watched it. This is called the changing room illusion. So just kind of have to scan and just see if you notice anything out of place or, different from one time you look at it to the next. And you can start typing in the comments what you see, if you see anything. So here's a comparison of the first frame of the video and the last frame of the video. Look how different, look how much changed over the course of while you were watching it. So you can go back and rewatch it and verify that what they're saying, it really did happen that way. Jerry saw a couple of things. Oh, here's the impossible gravity slide. Richard thought this was maybe done by a magnet. But it's not. Again, it's just an illusion. So kind of a forced perspective concept. Oh, yeah. So you guys have some pretty good eyes. I didn't see anything the first time I watched it. Okay, is this the oldest optical illusion? Oh, why is it playing so fast? pause it because I do have a link for the story of what that is. It's a bas relief, but I don't remember like how old it is. So let me go to the website that tells us what that is. Oh, where did it go? Okay, let me open this link. All right, this is the, there we go. This is the Airavesvara Temple's optical illusion. It is in Kumbakonam, India. This temple contains what might be the world's oldest optical illusion. The Airavesvara Temple is one of the three great living Kola temples, 11th and 12th century Hindu temples constructed during the 1500-year Kola dynasty in modern-day southern India's state of Tamil Nadu. Located in Dharasuram, the Airavesvara Temple was built by King Raja Kola II. After more than 850 years, it remains a key surviving example of Kola architecture and craftsmanship. But what makes the temple all the more exceptional is that within this craftsmanship is one of the world's oldest optical illusions. Among the intricate carvings dated between 1146 and 1170 is an elephant or a bull. Or is it an elephant and a bull? The bas-relief depicts the two separate animal bodies with their heads overlapping and merged to become one shared aspect of the two figures. This results in the visual trickery. When you solely focus on the left-hand animal, you will see a complete bull, including horns. However, when you focus solely on the right-hand animal, you will see a complete elephant, including a trunk. While this is one of the most well-preserved examples of its age, similar images can be seen at the Vijaya Vitala Temple in Hampi, as well as Rameshwaram Temple in Rameshwaram on Rameshwaram Island. The Hindu motif is thought by some to depict the half male, half female. Oh, here's a word. Ardhanarishvara from the form of Lord Shiva, while others similarly consider it to represent unity among the deities of Hindu faith. So that's, I think that's amazing that this is that old and it, can you see it? Okay. So here's the next image is going to show you the comparison. Yeah, it's Hindu Indian. See, elephant head is behind the bull. Unless you look at the elephant side of the body, then you can kind of see the elephant. I think the elephant might have a tusk. But let's see, this next little image I have breaks it down for you and does a little outline to show you. So the top picture shows the elephant. Okay, it's not a tusk, it's just his bottom lip and then a little short trunk. And then the bottom one shows the bull with a horn. And that just took some thinking. Those ancient people really could think. I mean, just to carve that is amazing as it is. All right, the Super Illusion Brothers. Anybody ever heard of this? I don't know why this won't go away now. So how many of those, I don't know why this is so jumpy. How many of those little figures are moving? So the last one's legs are moving, the one to the far right on the bottom. It obviously doesn't work real great to watch it through my editing software because it's so jumpy. And then this is just a breakdown that shows you with some grid lines what is or is not moving. So I think you can still get the gist of it. Yeah, Jerry, it's only that one little figure. Hey, Erica, how are you? Thanks for coming. It is. It's only that one little figure down there on the bottom right that's actually moving. Isn't that fascinating? Okay, so here's some negative photo illusions. You do have to do some more staring, and there are 3 little dots on this negative's nose. So you stare at that for 30 seconds, and at the end of the 30 seconds, you look over at the. Oh, I'm gonna pause it so I can get my timer because this one doesn't have a timer. Hang on and on. You guys can start staring now. I don't want 30 minutes. Yeah, ain't nobody got time for that. Okay, we probably don't need. If you're already staring, I'm going to just put it on 24. All right. So I will let you know. So you stare at the 3 dots on that negative's nose until I tell you to look over to the blank white space on the right of the screen. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So you look over to the right side of the screen and blink a few times, and you should see the color image, the positive image of that negative there. We're going to do one more of these. So let me get this reset. Yeah, it worked for me, Lux. I think that's really neat. And it must have something to do with those dots because the next picture also has dots. They're in a different place, but the objective will still be to stare at the dots. They're near the corner of her eye in the next picture. And stare for 30 seconds. Okay, once this gets going. Stare at those 3 dots right there. Kind of the middle of her eye. I was thinking it was in the corner. Kind of in the middle of her eye. I did try just looking at just a random negative I found online to see without the dots. And it didn't show me. I didn't see the color image then after staring at it for 30 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Now look over to the right and blink a few times. Did it work? Did more than one person have success in seeing the color image? I know it worked for me. Okay, here's the last one. Tower of Cubes. Or is it cubes? Okay, good. It worked. I don't know what kind of math it is that these people know how to do. So what's up with that? Can you see that? How the stick is on the inside on one level and the outside on the other? That's how. Look at that. That's how. They're not cubes. But when you look at them from the right angle, they're like cubes. Isn't that weird? Isn't that weird? Okay, so y'all don't have to hear that part. And I'm not going to start the rendering on that because it takes up so many system resources that I don't want to have problems with the stream now because I'm trying to make a video. Hello, Connie Cleary, my sweet friend Connie Cleary. How are you? I hope you're safe and warm and happy today. All right, so I have a few pictures that I'll show you. Oops. Kind of optical illusion pictures. And then there's a couple of websites. I made I jotted down a couple of websites that have another couple of optical illusion kind of a picture. Okay, I can't take that off. So let me open this and move it over here. Okay, so this first one, let me share my screen again. Did y'all enjoy those? Did y'all enjoy those optical illusions that were in the video? I hope so. Well, let me turn this music back on. Oh. All right, so you won't be able to see what the issue is with this picture when it's upside down. But I'm going to flip it around. Of course, that is the one and only Elon Musk. And now I'm going to flip it around and you'll see what's wrong with it. Oh. Isn't that weird? Isn't that weird? Okay, what's the next one? Okay. So there's again some great forced perspective. This dog just happens to look enough like the colors of this log that it looks like he's been cut in half, but he's really just laying down over here. Is that weird or is that weird? Oh, that's so weird. All right, what do we have next? All right, so this one, is this a woman's back? Like she has long curly hair and this is her back, or is this the back of someone's head and that's the neck? I think it's a woman's back only because I see these legs here, but it still could be taken from the top and you still just see their legs. So what do you think? Is that a woman's back with her hair down her back? Or is that the back of someone's head and they have kind of short hair and that's the neck right there? She has a beautiful back if that's a woman's back. I mean, it's a beautiful neck too. Okay, Jerry says it's the back. I think it's the back. Now, we don't get answers to these. These are ones you're just going to have to ponder after the stream ends. Lux thinks it's also a woman's back. Doesn't she have a beautiful back? Connie thinks it's a woman's back. No votes for the neck. I mean, I can see, like that looks like it would have been a part on top of someone's head and they're looking down a little bit. That could be an ear. I think it's an arm. I think those are arms. I don't know if you can really see my little cursor there. Hey, Mark at Corner Clubhouse Cobalt. How are you? Thanks for being here today. You guys got to check out Mark. Mark does a stream every weekday. I think it's at noon. I miss it a lot of times. Just, I don't know what all I'm doing in the middle of the day, but, and he kind of honors whatever national day it is. And who knew? It wasn't until he started this series of live streams during the week that I learned, there's like a national popcorn day and a national, oh my gosh, what else? I never knew. So check out his weekday, midday live streams. He does those on his lunch break from work, from his car, and just follow along because I've just really been so fascinated that virtually every day of the year, I guess, there is a national something day, a national, like, I wonder, is there like a national German Shepherd Dog Day? We'll see, right? I hope I haven't missed anyone coming in. If I have, here's a blanket hello for everyone. I'm so excited when you guys come to play games with me. Now let's look at our next picture. So it looks like we have consensus that this is a woman's back and not the back of someone's head and their neck. Okay, this one, I've seen this one before, and when you first look at it, it is kind of confusing, right? Who's who? So if you think about it a minute and you study it closely enough, you can tell what you're looking at. But at first glance, obviously, it looks like there is a long-haired person, not necessarily a woman, long blonde-haired person who has very hairy arms and legs, who's being hugged by a short-haired, dark-haired man in a purple shirt and blue jeans. Right? That's what it looks like at first. But no, that's not what we're saying. The purple shirt, this is the lady. I think it's a lady. She just has her head around behind his head. Yeah, the girl is on the other side of the guy. Oh. So the girl is on the guy's right side, hugging him around the neck. I just thought that was really interesting because, again, these are illusions. They look one way, but that's not necessarily how they are. And then here is, I think this one was called the Shadow Man. See that? Isn't that interesting? That's so interesting. Oh, and then here's some, again, some forced perspective. This one I think was called Pigeons Looking for Their Cars. So it's not so much that you can tell by studying the picture long enough, but you just kind of, for me, I just used some deductive reasoning, and they're up on a ledge. They're up on the top of a wall or, you know, a short building, and they're looking down into this parking area where these cars are. But at first glance, right, it looks like there are giant pigeons or Matchbox cards. Yeah, it's hard to see the edge, but if you do look closely, you can see a variation in the, you know, the texture there. I still think it's cute. I still think it's fun. Okay, and then this one. This is just weird. Okay, somebody put their glasses down. I often have my glasses lying down on a counter or the nightstand beside my bed or whatever. So what you see that looks like eyes in the glasses is the reflection of a lamp in the room. And I wish when I found this one, I could have found the picture then of the whole room with the lamp, just to make it connect a little better in my head. But that's just kind of spooky looking, I think. Oh, and there's the one I used there. So, is this a cat or a crow? So you got some context clues here. Again, Jerry, that's why I wish when I found that they had a picture of the whole room to confirm that was the reflection of a lamp, because it sure seems like a strange reflection. Yeah, maybe a ghost. On this one, what do you think? Is this a crow or a cat? And the closer you get, it is a little easier to see. But these pictures are all kind of at first glance. Mark sees a one-eyed cat. Jerry sees a cat. Lux sees a cat. But at first glance, right, when it's kind of at a distance, it's just first glance, a cat crow. It's a cat crow. Yeah, that rare species of cat crow. Erica would prefer it be a bird, but she does see a cat. So again, I feel like, I don't know if it comes across on the screen well, but when I zoom in enough, see, you can see the other eye. It's just in shadow. And the other ear is probably right here in shadow. Dancing Alone with Reynolds, he's a cat guy, so I would think he could see a cat easily too. No worries, no worries. I knew you weren't hollering at us. Or I don't remember if I have any more. Okay, that's all of those. Now let me go to the websites I told you I had. Well, let's look at this one. Now, I'm sure all of you have seen this illusion. I've seen it, and I've read even how it works, but I still don't understand how it works. Oh, I gotta find the actual video of it. Okay, So let me go to, I think I saved it in my watch later YouTube list. Where is it? All right. It's the spinning dancer illusion. All right. Let me let it run through the commercial here, and then I'll pull it to the other screen for us. Oh, that was my editing software, if you could see that. All right, let me move this over here. Make it full screen. Focus on the ballerina. You'll notice the way she turns to the right or to the left. If you concentrate enough, she can turn on the other side, right or left. And it does switch. And I can't figure out, like, you know, you can watch it several times. It doesn't switch at the same time. So I don't know what it is that makes it seem like it's switching. And sometimes people will see it start out switching, see it switched for me just then. Sometimes people will see it spinning one direction. Right now it's spinning counterclockwise for me. But another person watching it at the same time will see the opposite. But then I have a little, like a scientific explanation for how and why that happens. Okay, let's see. Isn't there a way to put this on like a loop? At first glance, the spinning dancer looks just like an ordinary image of a woman doing a pirouette. However, for most, after enough observation, the tiny figure suddenly switches the direction of her dance. Just run it back here. For over a decade, this illusion has had viewers doubting their sanity, but in actuality, the figure's directional change has little to do with the brain and everything to do with our vision. The heading here is visual preference. The spinning dancer was created by Japanese web designer Nobuyuki Kayahara in 2003, and since the early 2000s, it has gained popularity as a way to determine whether or not people are right brain, creative, or left brain logical dominant. Viewers are told that if they view the dancer as standing on her left leg and spinning clockwise, then they're right brain dominant. And if they see the reverse, the dancer standing on her right leg and spinning counterclockwise, then they're left brain dominant. Unfortunately, this causes mass confusion because most individuals originally see the dancer turning clockwise, yet eventually see her switch direction. In reality, the spinning dancer is not actually an accurate decipherer of individuals' brain side dominance, however, but rather an indication of a person's visual preference. I'm just going to keep her spinning. As explained in a 2010 paper, our vision has many preferences. For example, we're used to seeing lightning come from above and assuming that smaller objects are farther away. According to the researchers' hypothesis, our inclination to view the dancer as spinning clockwise is due to our visual system's preference for viewpoints from above rather than from below, the authors wrote. In their research, they found that when they altered the GIF to be viewed from different camera angles, the viewer's perception shifted. For example, with a camera angle elevated 10 degrees with respect to horizontal, the observers viewed the figure spinning counterclockwise 60% of the time. When the image is rendered with a camera angle looking 10 degrees below the horizontal, the viewer saw the image spinning clockwise for 60% of the time. While the findings were intriguing, unfortunately, the team only researched the visual bias for viewing the image from above and failed to explain why some viewed the image as originally spinning counterclockwise. The spinning dancer is a great example of an ambiguous illusion. These images are able to shift from one object to another as a person's perception of them changes. With the spinning dancer, because the image has no depth or directional cues from the surrounding environment, it's up to the viewer to figure out which direction the silhouette is turning. Perhaps the most famous example of an ambiguous illusion is that of the "My wife and my mother-in-law" image I09 reported. We're generally able to switch from viewing one image to the other, but we're unable to view the two simultaneously. The spinning dancer in particular works off an idea called bistable perception concept, a concept in which an ambiguous two-dimensional figure can be seen from two different perspectives. Because there's no third dimension, our brains try to fill in the missing information. The underlying mechanisms behind bistable perception are the same as those involved in an observer's normal visual perception, which is why scientists have such a difficult time explaining exactly what is causing this mixed perception. What's happening here to cause the flip is something happening entirely within the visual system, Dr. Thomas C. Papineau, chair of the Department of Psychology at Villanova University, told the New York Times. If we can understand why it is these figures reverse, then we're in a position to understand something pretty fundamental to how the visual system contributes to the conscious experience. Okay, so I have another, somewhere I have another, let's just go here. I have another article. I thought I did. Okay, in my watch later, I do have another video that's that same concept. It's based on that spinning ballerina. It's just a different ballerina, but I thought that was pretty interesting. Let me make sure there's no commercials. I'll skip the commercial for you guys. All right. So here's another explanation of how this works. The spinning silhouette illusion. Oh, wait, I think I know where I found the other one. Okay, it's not that. I got too many windows open. I think it was either at eChalk. Let me go to eChalk. Well, we'll look at this one. No, I want to look at the other one. Humor me. I want to look at the other one because it's the same ballerina. So let me go to eChalk because I think that's where I saw it. And I'll have these websites and all these links in the description for the video after the show ends. Oh, I did that wrong, didn't I? My typer's not working good today. All right, and let me put this over here. Let me make sure y'all can still see it. Okay. Let me catch up on the chat. Okay, Lux has seen her do both. Yeah, I see her change directions. I just don't know what it is I might be doing that causes me to see it from a different perspective. Erica can see it also. Change after blinking a few times. Looking at her head makes her go one way, and looking at her feet makes her go the opposite way. Oh, interesting. Uh-oh, Jerry's got a headache now. Hey, Paul, what's up? Yeah, we did some earlier where I could have given the audience some post-hypnotic suggestions. Maybe we'll try that in a stream sometime. All right, here we go. Oh, well, that's the other one. Maybe it's at this other thing. BrainDen.com. Maybe it was there. I found some neat illusions there. Well, it's not that one. Here we go. Bistable objects. Okay, yeah, here, let's look at this one. I don't know how to make this any bigger. Okay, so this says, some people see the dancer spin clockwise and some counterclockwise, and some can flip between both sides, or both states. Amazing how the brain works. Use your palm to cover either the left or right dancer and let yourself guide by the other one. Okay, so I think I tried this earlier, and if I do concentrate on one side over the other, it makes it switch back and forth, but I have to blink. So like you're looking at the one in the middle, and right now the one in the middle is turning counterclockwise. But if I look over to the left and blink, now she's turning clockwise. If I look over to the right and blink, now she's turning counterclockwise. She swings both ways. Yes, she does. Illusion or not. Believe it or not. Anyway, so this is one again. I'm sure a lot of you have seen it. What was this one? Okay, let's see. I had a list of things at E-Chalk I wanted to look at. So let's look at those. The Mona Lisa. Where is it? Okay, the Mona Lisa. Uh-oh. What did I do? Okay. In this illusion, you're shown two copies of the most famous painting in the world, Leonardo da Vinci's Mona Lisa. Both pictures look fine when they're upside down. However, when you turn the image the right way up, you will see that one Mona Lisa looks ghastly. Why was it so difficult to spot the altered Mona Lisa when the pictures were upside down? So here's the illusion. Let me take myself off the screen just to make it a little bigger. Okay, and again, at first glance, optical illusions are often, if not always, based primarily on first glance, what your brain first perceives before you have time to process or gather more context or yeah, that dancer is a swinger. She's a swinger, swings both ways. Isn't that interesting? Okay, so again, these look pretty much the same, right? But now let's rotate it. So this is kind of like that Elon Musk picture we looked at earlier. Okay, wow. You see the difference now, right? So this one, I think it's like her eyes are upside down or something. And I think her mouth is upside down. Anyway, I thought that was interesting. Yeah, her eyes. The eyes are wicked looking. Okay. The other one I wanted to look at is spiral pinwheel illusion. Why is it having trouble loading? This is another one of those where you look at the spinning thing. So let me get my timer going. But this one, after the 30 seconds, this one I just think it's neat because it makes it more freaky because of what you're going to look at to see the effects of the illusion. So let's see. You stare at this picture like you're looking at a far distance. You see a third image. Try it. Okay. All right. So here's this illusion again. I'll let you know when the 30 seconds are up. Just stare right in the center of it. This reminds me of that old time tunnel show that I loved as a kid. I'll give you the 10-second countdown. And at the end of the 10 seconds, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Look at the back of your hand. Just hold your hand up in front of you, palm away, and tell me if it worked. Because when I do it, then it looks like my hand is all squirming around. Oh, yeah, there could be a latency issue that would make it not work quite so good. But I'll put as many links as I can in the description for the chat. So if you want to go back at some point and look at it, or once I get the video rendered to put on the channel, then that should be, unless you have an internet problem, that should give you a good opportunity to try it out. And let me see what's the other one I wanted to do. Pseudo motion images. Okay. The patterns appear to rotate when you move your head closer towards the image. They rotate in the opposite direction as you move away from the image. Remember to focus on the dot in the center of the picture as you move in and out. The rotating motion is entirely fictitious. As we move towards the image, the angular size of the image increases. There is something about the sloping lines that causes our brain to interpret the changing parallax as a rotation. If anyone has a reasonable explanation of why this works, then please let us know.
So again, get whatever your starting distance is from the screen, and looking at that black dot, just move back and then move closer. And you will see, when I move back, I see it mostly on that outer ring. The bigger ring seems to have more motion. And then the next ring toward the center is not quite as noticeable to me as the outer ring, but that really does work. You just have to be able to, again, adjust your distance from the computer enough to see it. Is it working for y'all? Is that one working for you? Because the image is static. Obviously, the image is not moving at all. But your distance, as long as you're looking at the center dot, the black dot in the middle, it doesn't work as well, if it works at all, if you're looking at the rings themselves. So it's, where did I just see that? Rit said it. My peripheral vision is seeing the rotations too in opposite directions. Yeah, it's a peripheral vision thing. Because your brain is focused on that black dot, and then something happens that there's some interpretation that happens between the center of the image and the rings around the outsides that gets translated as motion. Anyway, I thought that one was neat. And let me see what else I have here. I think I have one other website, the Stepping Feet Motion Illusion. Oh, let's see. We'll close that window. Let's put this one here. Okay, so, let me get back here. Let me see if I can. Okay, so you see the blue and yellow rectangles, right? And they look like they're taking little steps, right? Across the black and white vertical lines. But check out what happens if and I don't know what this even means, but if I uncheck the high contrast box, okay, then it's just like a blurred background, and they're moving in unison. They're very obviously moving in unison. The deal is they're moving in unison even now with the high contrast. And I've made the screen too big to be able to see. Oh, I guess I could go up a little bit. Observe the movement of the blue and yellow feet. The feet seem to step alternately, like tiny feet going tip, tap, tip, tap. This is more pronounced if you do not look directly at the feet, but between them. Oh yeah, it is a little more noticeable if you look between the feet. In reality, their movement is always simultaneous. I find this phenomenon particularly cute. So again, we'll take the high contrast off. That's what they're really doing. We'll put it back on, and there they go. I don't know what happens if you uncheck this one. Oh, okay. They don't move. When deselecting the high contrast checkbox, the grading contrast is reduced, demonstrating that the feet are not stepping out of phase. Anyway, that's a neat one, huh? All right, I'm going to stop sharing here. And then I want to share just some goofy web stories, news stories from January so far. Lots of crazy things have happened already in January. Oh, let me make sure there wasn't any other must-see effect. Okay. No, again, we only looked at that one thing at braindan.com, but braindan.com has some fun optical illusions that you can check out. And now we're going to go to, oops. Oh, let's just click here, duh. All right, let's move this here. And then I had some specific stories I wanted us to look at. Let me share my screen. I hope y'all are having fun. Go back to my notes here. Okay, so this is, I am at apnews.com/oddities. One of the odd stories I came across was this one. Good girl. Officer enlists a Michigan man's dog to help rescue him from an icy lake. Well, let me turn off the music because it looks like this has sound.
Oh,
Here?
well, let's go back.
Did you walk in from here?
Can you hear it? This is East Bay
I'm gonna try to
Township,
send this
Michigan.
out to you, okay? All right, you ready? I'm gonna see if I can get this to you. Send your pup here. Will she come to me? Ruby, come here. Come here, Ruby. Come here. Will she get a hold of this? Come here. Come here. Come here.
Oh, gotta love Spectrum Internet.
Come here, Ruby. Come here. Here. Call her. Call her. Just stay right on your belly. Give me your hand. Stay right on your belly. Ruby. Ruby, come. He's tied to the. I know, he's tied to me. Is it Ruby? Yeah. Ruby, come.
Good girl, Ruby. So right away, you know, I had to wonder, would my dog cooperate? And which dog? Would all my dogs cooperate? Would one dog in particular cooperate? I feel like Boone, I don't know, Boone just already holds a very special place in my heart. So I'd like to think that he would do that because he will go to people. I mean, he's very friendly, and Bear is a little more shy. And then Serena is the ridiculously overprotective one that even when family and friends come over that she has seen hundreds of times in her life, she puts on a show and barks and guards. And so I don't know how much help she would be. I mean, I think she would tear someone up if she had to, if they were trying to hurt me, but I don't know that she would cooperate like that where another person, a stranger, could call her. But Boone would go, you know, and I would certainly tell the person, tell him you have a treat. He would run. He'd go anywhere to anybody if he thinks there's a treat. Okay, yeah. Oh, that's what you were just saying, huh? Such a smart puppy. My dogs would trade me for a cookie or meat. Yeah. So if that was the case, but even Serena, I mean, she'll take a treat from somebody, but she'll make you think she's going to kill you before she does it. So I don't know that she would help much. And I just don't know. Bear's just a little more timid. So I don't know that he would understand. Boone wouldn't care. Boone would not be necessary for Boone to understand. He would just go to somebody because they're calling him. He loves to be loved on. He loves attention. And then again, I think he would come to me then. So I hope Boone's with me if I fall through the ice somewhere. Okay, the next story from this site. Oh, so this just happened. I didn't watch the game because I don't watch football. But Patrick Mahomes, was this the super snowy, ridiculously snowy, cold, negative 27-degree game that just happened? Was that game, y'all? And I only know about that game because my daughter and son-in-law were at that game. I don't remember which game it was. Again, I don't follow football. I just know she posted something on her Facebook about being tested as a, born and raised Texan because they were in that situation that we've never had here and will never have here. But it says, so the headline is Patrick Mahomes' helmet shattered during last week's playoff. The manufacturer said it did its job. Kansas City, Missouri. This is dated January 17th. So yeah, that's the game that just happened. The manufacturer of the helmet that Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes shattered during their AFC wildcard game with Miami says it did its job by protecting the league MVP during a head-to-head impact in unprecedented cold temperatures. The game Saturday night was the fourth coldest in NFL history. The temperature at kickoff was minus 4 degrees Fahrenheit, and winds gusting to more than 25 miles per hour made the wind chill approach minus 30 during the game. My daughter Leslie posted that it was negative 27 with the wind chill. Extreme conditions like those are bound to test the limits of even the highest performing products. Surtur Sports, which makes the VICIS 02 helmet that Mahomes was wearing, said in a statement on Wednesday. Mahomes was scrambling toward the end zone in the second half of the Chiefs' 26-7 victory when he was hit by Dolphins safety Deshaun Elliott. Their helmets clashed, and likely because of the extreme cold that made the outer shell brittle, a fist-sized chunk went flying from Mahomes' helmet just above the face mask covering his left eye. So I have a video of that in my... Why do I keep closing this window? My watch later has a video for this one. Let's see. They're testing it right now, Mahomes said Wednesday, but I'm adamant on getting the helmet after. It's something that's cool. I'll be able to keep it's something that's cool I'll be able to keep for a long time. Like they said, it did its job. It was perfectly fine after. The VICIS 02 uses a proprietary multi-layer technology that creates a deformable outer shell, the company said, and that is wrapped around a stiffer inner shell. The design is similar to that of car bumpers, which might appear to be inexpensive plastic at first glance, but are in fact engineered to absorb and disperse energy at the point of impact. The 02 line, which includes specific models for linemen and quarterbacks, held the top 5 spots in testing this season by the NFL and NFLPA. The helmets also ranked highly in independent evaluations at Virginia Tech. It's unusual for a football helmet to crack a shell, but we've had occurrences here in the lab, and we generally test at ambient temperature, said Barry Miller, who helps direct the Virginia Tech Helmet Lab. If you asked a football equipment room manager, you may find a different answer, as they see tons of helmets with plenty of impacts. And then we don't need to know all the details about when that was founded, but let me find you the video. Here we go. Just a short. Well, it's not a short. Let me get through the commercial. It's a commercial, but it's only a 15-second video. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and move it over because it says it'll play after the... It'll play after.
Start fast with Fast Twitch, an energy drink from Gatorade.
As Mahomes was retreating.
It's one of the oldest goal line passes in football. You go play action, and you have low crossers and high crossers, and he's trying to get the throw all the way back to the backside.
Brad Rogers just stopped the game as he saw Mahomes' helmet there. They're going to take Mahomes out here. Now, does he have another helmet ready to go? He does. Edwards-Helaire is going to make the replacement with the helmet, and they're going to let them do that without a timeout and just stop the game for an equipment change and stop the play clock, which is kind of interesting. You don't see that without having to take a timeout. Obviously, player safety is important.
I'm going to close that one, but then I will. Oh, that's why I keep closing it, because I'm dragging the window over it and I'm closing it there. Here's the actual impact. So hoping I don't get any kind of copyright strikes or anything. Oh, let's go back. Watch later. Okay, I think this is the one that.
Here it is on that hit with
go back. Oops. Okay, make sure, is my screen still shared? Okay, so here's. Yeah. Again, you know what, Erica? So again, I don't follow football. I don't really follow sports or professional sports anyway, for various reasons. But just playing in those conditions already just seems ridiculous to me. I mean, they make a lot of money, so they shouldn't complain. Oh, what's this about?
Here it is on that hit with Deshaun Elliott, a runner there as he lowers his head, and that piece comes off the helmet.
They finally hit him at the end of the down. They almost break his helmet.
I'm going to run that back and play it super slow-mo. Well, we'll do it half speed. Let's see if we've got it far enough back.
Great piece.
See the piece falling back there?
They finally hit him at the end of the down. They almost break his helmet.
They do.
You'd like to see the officials come in here and make sure he's...
Wow. Okay. don't want to watch that yet. Okay, so back to chat. The scariest thing I saw was the guy's heart stop on the field during a game last year. Yeah, who was that guy? So when that happened, it made me think of, what was his name? Sergei Gordieva and Grenkov, a Russian ice skating duo. This has probably been 30 years ago. So Olympic athletes. He was 28 years old. And I think they were just practicing. I know it didn't happen during a performance. I do know that. They were practicing, I think, for the Olympics. And he dropped dead skating of a heart attack. 28 years old. You know they ate healthy. You know they were in shape. You know they had stamina. And Hamlin, that was last year. The football guy. He's since recovered, right? The last I think I heard, he's back to normal. Everything is fine. And of course I saw some of the coverage of that because all the news outlets were covering it, and there were YouTube videos about it and interviews, and how horrible. And again, you know, these guys, it's not that they're not in shape or they're overweight or they don't eat right. I'm sure they have their cheat days and maybe eat and drink some stuff they shouldn't every now and then, but you can't be a professional athlete at the level these guys are and not be healthy. What would be called healthy. I may have shared with you guys, I remember seeing a documentary. I don't know what the documentary was about, but one of the things they shared in the documentary was that in the course of excavating some ancient Egyptian tomb or whatever, they did tests, you know, on the bodies that they found, and a lot of the bodies had is it atherolateral sclerosis? What is the hardened arteries? You know, the stuff that they tell us now is because we eat too much, whatever the bad kind of fat is, and, you know, cholesterol is too high because of our diets and stuff. And I'm thinking, well, if that's the case, then why would people, you know, 3,500 years ago have already been suffering with that? They didn't have Burger King. They didn't have Sonic, Jack in the Box. They didn't have all that greasy, fried, unhealthy stuff. And it's just like when I was a little girl, you know, grandparents, go to the grandparents, and man, every morning that we were there, if we were visiting, it was bacon and eggs and butter, and didn't kill them. But I've learned that the difference for them was, you know, they were farmers and they had gardens and they did a whole lot more physical work than we did. Yeah, so that's good to know he's back to normal. Healthy eating is usually just a slower way to die, right? Yeah, who is that? George and Gracie. What was his last name? The old comedian that lived to be like, 101 years old? Smoked cigars all his life, drank all his life. And I think he kind of joked about that. Yeah, right. So back at 3,500 years ago, there would have been no chemicals in the food, no preservatives, nothing artificial. You caught your own meat, you cooked it, you ate it, you grew your own vegetables and grains, you cooked them, you ate them, processed everything yourself. So how was that possible? I wish I could figure out what that was that I watched when I learned about that, because it really confuses me. George Burns and Gracie Allen. Yes, thank you, Erica. Didn't he live to be more than 100 years old? I think he lived to be more than 100 years old. Anyway, so back to my watch later. Let's go back to my watch later. I have some other fun stuff in my watch later that I haven't watched yet.
Here it is.
Oh.
On that hit with the...
Let's see. Okay, one last illusion. Oh, this is a Honda ad campaign video. I never know what I'm going to be allowed to share on my live streams, but I'll just turn the volume way down because you don't necessarily have to hear it. I'll turn the music here. I'll turn on my music here. We'll mask any sound. The music I'm playing from StreamYard tonight is called Feeding the Ducks. How appropriate is that? But let's go back to a share screen. And let's do this. This is, again, a Honda ad campaign. Oops. I think I remember this. When I watched this video, it made me think that we could do a show. Look at this. We could do a whole show looking at some of the sidewalk art, if you guys have seen some of that. Here's another weird perspective thing. Isn't that neat? That's pretty much the end of that. But I thought that was very clever. That was really neat. All right, let's go back to, I'm all over the place as usual tonight. Let me get back to a couple more news stories before I turn you guys loose. Thank you again to those that are watching live, and thank you to those that will be checking out the stream after the show ends. So here's another news story. Let me turn the music down. Okay. E.T. welcome. Kentucky City beams message into space inviting extraterrestrial visitors. Get my chat back up. Out of Lexington, Kentucky, also dated January 17th of 2024, a Kentucky city has come up with an out-of-this-world campaign to promote tourism. The Lexington Convention and Visitors Bureau used an infrared laser to beam a message into space to invite extraterrestrial travelers. Let me make this bigger. The first thing you'll notice as you descend through Earth's atmosphere above central Kentucky is the lush green countryside that surrounds Lexington's vibrant city center. That's our famous bluegrass, the message begins. It goes on to describe gentle rolling hills, horse farms, and bourbon before suggesting places to stay and eat and shop. The idea for the campaign came from recent UFO revelations and advances in deep space imaging that have fueled the belief that we are not alone in the universe, the Visitors Bureau said in a statement this month announcing the move. So just some more details about that, but I just thought that was really interesting. And it makes me think, now that I'm sharing this with you, I watched a movie. I'm a big X-Files fan. If you're new here, I am an X-File, an X-P-H-I-L-E file. Like, I can pretty much ace any kind of X-Files trivia quiz. I have been in love with David Duchovny since the first time I ever saw him anywhere, which was probably a year or two before the X-Files came out. Still love him. He's sure had a rough ride because he's obviously not very well adjusted in some areas, but I just think he's amazing. He's up there with like Keanu Reeves and people that I would go pay money to go to a movie where just for 2 hours I just watch them drink a glass of water or read the newspaper or, I don't know, wash their car, whatever. It doesn't have to have a story or anything. I just want to look at them. So, right? I don't know. I would welcome any help they might be able to come down and offer us in that regard for not being able to manage things here. Anyway, so that story, the Lexington, Kentucky space beam message, I watched a movie a couple of nights ago. I think it was called UFO. Oh, I could look at my YouTube history, couldn't I? Because I just watched it a couple of nights ago. Although I watch a lot of... Oh, I can do a search, can I? This isn't really related to anything except that I was just really tickled with someone that was in the movie. Oh, wow. All the stuff I looked up today now. Oh, my gosh, it's going to take forever. Where is it? Where is it? Okay. Oh... Okay, so all that to say, I'm a big X-Files fan. I also love Gillian Anderson, not as much as David Duchovny, but because she was from X-Files, I love her. And so she's in this movie about a UFO sighting at an airport. And hello, Angel, Light Over Darkness. What a blessing to have you here. Thanks for being here tonight. And so the whole movie is based a lot on math. Now, I used to be good at math back in the day, but it's definitely a use it or lose it language. And I didn't like it. I never really liked it. I liked life sciences, biology, and I liked chemistry a lot. I didn't really like physics as much. But I was good at all of those. So this Gillian Anderson plays a professor, a math professor at some college or university. And was back in her day was like a leading trailblazer mathematician. And so there's these sightings that the people at the airport report, and of course it gets hushed up and covered up and they make up a story. But this kid in her class becomes really obsessed with trying to figure out what's going on and what would the people have seen and how far away would it have been using math. So you don't have to know anything about math. It didn't take away at all from how much I enjoyed the movie to not have a clue what the math was that they were using. But so Gillian Anderson stars in it, but then the other star, the male star, his name is Ben Beatty. So I thought, I wonder, don't ask me what made me wonder this. I thought, I wonder if he's related to Warren Beatty. Because I think Warren Beatty and Annette Bening, they've been together a long time. I think they have like 4 kids. Sure enough, it's their son. And I didn't know any of their kids went into show business. And he's just very unassuming. This character was a very kind of laid back. He sounded very Southern. I don't remember Annette Bening or Warren Beatty sounding Southern, but sounded very Southern. I like both of them as actors, FYI, but I don't know that they do much anymore. Anyway, I was just kind of tickled that I came across this movie by chance because it has Gillian Anderson in it. I watched it on YouTube, and it has Warren Beatty and Annette Bening's son Ben in it. So check that out if you're a fan of one of them or both of them. Let's see. Let's do another news story. I am doing very well, Angel. I hope things are good for you, that you're happy and healthy and warm. It's not quite as cold here as it's been in the last week or 10 days, but it's really wet. It's really unpleasant wet. Mud, standing water. Like, probably not safe to have so much wet stuff out there. And my floors, I'm not even going to fight it. I could show you right now, and I would just hope that you guys at least know me well enough to know it's not a reflection on me. I just don't want to fight that battle, because when it's as bad as it is outside, if I went around behind everybody mopping and sweeping and cleaning, that's all I would do all day when it's like this. So don't take points off if you happen to see my floors. Let's see. What other news article did I have for you? Okay. This one has great pictures. Okay, this article has some great images. AP photos. Raucous British fans put on a show at the World Darts Championship. I didn't know there was a World Darts Championship until I came across this article. Let's get back to this. Out of London. This was dated January 5th. Hey, where are you in Texas? Oh, we didn't even get above like 45 degrees today, I don't think. Maybe it got high 40s. Okay, so out of London, Luke Littler, a 16-year-old on debut at the World Darts Championship, came within one match of winning the sport's biggest prize and a jackpot of £500,000, which comes to $630,000 US. That wasn't even close to being the strangest sight at what is probably the most colorful event in the British sporting calendar. For 3 weeks from December through January, it is party time at the Alexandra Palace, or Ali Pally, in London, when grown men dressed like babies and revelers turn up in ever more outrageous costumes. So we won't even go through any more details about is this still, I guess that's okay. Oh, it's 100% now. So this is a lady dressed like a crayon with some guys dressed like safety cones. And we're just going to look at the pictures. These guys with the dartboards around their faces. I don't even know what some of these things are I'm looking at. This kind of looks Christmassy. There's a Christmas hat. Look how many people are there. Good gravy. Here's just a normal picture. That guy probably feels left out to just be doing normal things. Here's one of the guys with the dartboard around his face. some of the people on the subway. Check out this guy with his his lavender wig and his sparkly dress and a little wand. I don't know what some of these people are. That looks like a Shrek thing, maybe. And they all look like they're having a great time. Here's the guy, ode to Elton John, I guess. His iconic Dodger Stadium performance. Just a regular picture there, too. Some guys having some beverages and clowning around. Are those lobsters? What is that? Crawdads? What are those? Ready to throw some darts? Look how many people are there. Oh my goodness. So there's a player that's dressed up. But yeah, so there was a Christmas theme since it happened in December. How fun. This just really looks fun. I don't know much about darts. I didn't know there was a world championship for darts. Is that an Alice in Wonderland? Are these Alice in Wonderland characters? Oh, let's see. Okay. Angel is in Houston. Yeah, I'm in Southlake, real close to Fort Worth, between Grapevine and Fort Worth, on the west side of Southlake. That's probably about 4 hours from you. Let's see, did you see that British newscaster make fun of the little kid that beat Tetris that same day as the British dart kid? No, I didn't. There's a story to look up. Okay, I don't know what these are for. I don't understand. Oh, these are just fan signs. Look, that says what does that say? Wit Tank for Littler, Hereford something FC Football Club. Ooh, there's an abstract picture for you. Looks a little frustrated. Looks a little happy. Oh, this must be the winner. Luke Humphries of England poses for the camera as he kisses the trophy after winning the final match against Luke Littler of England. Oh, wow. Yeah, he played that 16-year-old kid. Okay, so there's all for that one. Let's see if I had another news story. Okay, yeah. Here we go. Let's close this. Don't have a Florida man, but here's a Bass Pro Shops nude man nabbed by police after cannonball plunge into giant aquarium at Bass Pro Shop in Alabama. Let's see. Little kid was the first person in like 40 years since they invented it to beat it. Wow. I don't think I've ever played Tetris, and I've never seen the Tron movies. Are the Tron movies like, why am I associating Tron with Tetris? Is that just because I don't know what I'm talking about? Get rid of that. All right. January 5th, 2024, Leeds, Alabama, Associated Press. The man crashed his car outside a Bass Pro Shop in Alabama, stripped down to his birthday suit, and plunged into the giant aquarium inside the store, police said. If you've never been to a Bass Pro Shops, they really do have these giant aquariums. So some parts of the aquarium, the walls are real high that as you walk by, you just see all these big fish swimming in there. And then other parts of the aquarium, you like look over a little wooden bridges and things, and you can look down and see all the fish. And it's because they sell a lot of fishing gear, tackle and rods and things. And so it's just part of the theme of the store. It's really neat. Kids love it. And they have big, like taxidermied mountain goats and bobcats and foxes and all kinds of other animals in these like nature scene things behind gates and things. It's really a fun place. If you've got little kids and there's a Bass Pro Shop near you, you need to take them if you haven't been yet, because it's free to get in and the kids love it. Let's see. The ordeal happened Thursday night in front of shocked shoppers in the town just outside Birmingham, Leeds Police Chief Paul Irwin said. The 42-year-old Alabama man did a cannonball leap into the aquarium and then stood under a waterfall. He left the water to yell at two officers, then dove back into the aquarium, police said. The man eventually climbed over the side of the aquarium and fell to the concrete floor below. Police then apprehended him, the news site AI.com reported. He faces several charges, including public lewdness, disorderly conduct, and criminal mischief. The man was in the water for about 5 minutes before officers arrived, Irwin said. I can say I've never seen anything like that when I have been to Bass Pro Shops. And really now the only reason Richard and I ever go to Bass Pro Shops, because we don't fish or hunt or any of that. There's no time. But we shoot. So they have an indoor shooting range, a gun range. And that when we go to Bass Pro Shops, it's usually because we're going to shoot our very many weapons. Now here's another one. Okay, this one's neat. Oh, good, it opened over there. Unsold Christmas trees are on the menu for elephants and bison at the Berlin Zoo. I think this is sweet. Oh, I gotta move this. Dated January 4th, 2024, Berlin, from Associated Press. There's a bit of post-Christmas cheer on the menu for elephants and other tenants at the Berlin Zoo. They can chomp on Christmas trees that didn't find a home. The tree treats were unwrapped Thursday in what has become an annual event. Elephants tore off branches with their trunks and either gobbled them or tossed them around their enclosure. The European bison nestled into the trees before starting to munch on them, and reindeer sniffed and played with the conifers. The zoo takes only fresh unsold trees from select vendors. It doesn't accept trees from the public which could contain chemicals or leftover decorations. Oh, there's a video. Let's turn down the music.
Inside your ETF. With EVHY, you know. Inside, you'll find
Why did I do that? Hang on, why did it? Oh, that's not what I want. No, I don't want to visit the... Okay, let's...
Full bond selection from fixed income specialists. EVHY, the symbol of high yield done right.
Look at him! Oh, I love elephants! Oops. Oh, look how much. That's precious. I didn't watch the video before.
Maybe it's like the same, like the treats we have here on the Christmas market, like the big apples with the sugar around it, because it's something special. You don't eat it every year, but when you find it on the Christmas market, then it's really yummy.
Who would know they eat Christmas trees? Look at them! Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! How sweet is this? Oh, how sweet was that? Okay, let's see. What else did I have here? Well, okay, so you guys know I'm going to like this story. we got a. Okay, there is a video. This is out of Australia.
You have a rough idea of that you're going to be kind of exploring uncharted waters, but I don't know if we necessarily knew where it was.
I need to close this one. Oh, I didn't know it would go on to the next story. Okay, so let's get that one back again. Anyway, you guys will know. Again, if you know me at all, you know I'm going to enjoy this story. The largest male specimen of the world's most venomous spider has been found in Australia. Check him out. January 4th, 2024, Sydney, with fangs that could pierce a human fingernail. The largest male specimen of the world's most venomous arachnid has found a new home at the Australian Reptile Park, where it will help save lives after a member of the public discovered it by chance. The deadly Sydney funnel web spider, dubbed Hercules, was found on the central coast about 50 miles north of Sydney and was initially given to a local hospital, the Australian Reptile Park said in a statement Thursday. Spider experts from the nearby park retrieved it and soon realized it was the largest male specimen ever received from the public in Australia. The spider measured 7.9 centimeters, which is 3.1 inches, from foot to foot. Okay, think about that. 3.3 inches. Yeah, that's big. Surpassing the park's previous record holder from 2018, the male funnel web named Colossus. Sydney funnel web spiders are usually range in length from 1 to 5 centimeters, with females being generally larger than their male counterparts, but not as deadly. They are predominantly found in forested areas and suburban gardens from Sydney, Australia's most populous city, to the coastal city of Newcastle in the north and the Blue Mountains to the west. Hercules will contribute to the Reptile Park's anti-venom program. Safely captured spiders handed in by the public undergo milking to extract venom, essential for producing life-saving anti-venom. We're used to having pretty big funnel web spiders donated to the park. However, receiving a male funnel web this big is like hitting the jackpot, said Emma Tanai, a spider keeper at Australian Reptile Park. Whilst female funnel web spiders are venomous, males have proven to be more lethal. With having a male funnel web this size in our collection, his venom output could be enormous, proving incredibly valuable for the park's venom program. This kind of gives you some perspective looking at the, let me take me off. Looking at this hat, you know, you kind of figure this is an adult size hat. Thank you for stopping in, Angel. Stay safe. I hope the weather holds out for you and maybe winter won't hit you too hard. And I will look forward to seeing you again. Love to you from Rich Cat Ranch. So he's big. All right, and let's see. We don't need to read the rest. Let's look at the video. I'll leave it muted in case there's an ad, because you can still get a copyright struck on YouTube. You're so welcome. I so appreciate you stopping by. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, it may not have sound. Oh, let me go back so I can. Oh, y'all can see it. Yeah. Yes, he's massive. He's beautiful. Let me pause it. Oh, I can't get a clear picture. One way you can tell the males from the females in the spider world is that the males will have big, I call them boxing gloves. Some species have more pronounced boxing gloves than others, but so I don't know enough about this particular species of spider to know if they just don't have the big boxing gloves. But some of them, you can't miss it. They have giant, looks like boxing gloves on the end of their pedipalps here. So these are their reproductive organs. This is how the males transfer what needs to be transferred to the female, and that's why they're larger. But that's how you can tell a male from a female, is because the males will have the bigger things on the end of these pedipalps. They're not legs. They're kind of like little arms. and the females won't have that.
Male funnel webs are significantly smaller than female, so I actually thought it was a female. He was handed in by public donation.
Well, I don't know how to make that go away.
Whoa, he's trying to get out there. Our male funnel webs, once they reach maturity, their natural lifespan's only around 1 year. So we need to constantly have them handed in by the general public because we need them for our life-saving antevenom program.
Isn't he fascinating? It doesn't even look real, does it? That didn't even look real, did it? Okay, let's close that. I think I have one other story. A peacock spider. If I've seen one, I don't remember it, and I don't know. I wonder, because there are some like little jumping spiders that have some peacock colors on them that may be called peacock spiders. But I don't know. That's not bringing up anything in my mind to hear it. Okay, what's the next thing? Oh, that is all the stories. Okay, that's all the crazy stories. So that's our show for today. I hope you guys had a fun time. And you'll have to let me know, did you like the optical illusions more than the stories? Was there a favorite story that I shared with you? Just let me know. Your feedback helps me decide what to do and what people want to see, and what brings people in. I had fun putting it together. Again, apologies that it seemed so rushed for me to get the show started tonight. And at some point I've got to go eat some dinner. If you missed it at the beginning of the show, I shared that I don't even know what I did that was so busy today. All I've had is a bowl of cereal this morning. That's all I've had to eat all day. And that's not good. So I'll have to go find something to eat as soon as the show is over. But I want to thank you again for watching live if you were part of the audience today. And thank you to those who are going to catch the stream after it ends as part of the rewatch crew. Please, if you will, smash that like button for me. Leave me a comment. If you left a comment in the chat, that's awesome. If you will, come back and check out the section underneath the video once it's not live anymore, and leave a little comment there too, because YouTube looks for that kind of a thing. Again, I'll put up yum. Oh, chili verde and Mexican rice. Yum. Okay, Erica's hungry too. Now we're all getting hungry. Oh yeah, PBJ even sounds pretty good tonight. That might be something healthy and delicious I could do for my dinner. Leave me a comment there because YouTube looks for that kind of a thing. Share the stream if you will, if you enjoyed it, and be watching for the rendered video of the optical illusions, because I've been posting those as standalone videos for people that, for various reasons don't watch the lives or don't want to do rewatch. I know it's not as fun. It's not as fun. I know when I go back and watch people's live streams after they end, even that's not as fun as being live with them when it's happening. So some of the videos I share of whatever our topic was during the live stream, I'm sure it's not as fun to go back and look at it. But the optical illusions one, I thought that might be the best one now that I've put together that people can go back and watch, and it won't matter as much that they weren't here live while it was happening. But let me know what you think of these things. I'm always open to suggestions. If you've got a recommendation or a request for something you'd like for me to talk about or share or research for the show, again, I'll have that video going up later this week to highlight our channel members who have channels, to let you know where they stand subscriber count wise. We're continuing to grow here. I'm encouraged by that. I guess I could check my short today because I haven't checked my short now in a while. That short has 1,861 views, which is a lot for me. It's not a lot for some people. I know that. And I know you guys watch shorts enough to know some people will have millions of views my channel is not that kind of a channel, but 1,861 views as of right now, and it earned me 10 new subscribers. So let me give you my subscriber count, because that's just exciting to me. I am at 2,750 subscribers at the time this video is happening. So we're halfway to 2,800. My goal is I would love to be at 3,000 by the 6th of March, because the 6th of March in 2021 is when I posted my very first video here on YouTube. And so I think that would be just a neat trend if I can gain 1,000 subscribers a year, right? That seems realistic, but and I'll thank you guys in advance for helping me do that by inviting your friends to check out the channel and watch the videos. Do check out the shorts. I have so much fun putting those together. And for the most part, they feature our animals here. So that makes it even more fun. Let's see, the next cooking show. So the next cooking chat will be on Saturday at 7. But what did I decide? I was going to do something with chicken, I think. I got to look at my list again. I think I decided, well, I kind of wanted to do the chicken enchilada casserole, but since I just did the tortilla casserole, I don't want to keep doing Mexican type food. So I think I might do, maybe I won't do anything with chicken. Oh, and I like to do stuff that's going to be ready during the time that I'm on the show, so that you guys can see me taste test it. It might be time for, it's not chicken, but it might be time for shepherd's pie, because I make a shepherd's pie that's delicious, super easy. I can definitely get it done in the time that the live stream is happening. So thank you for asking for that. So I think I might do, I wonder, would that work? That would be an interesting thing to try. I mean, I'd love to cook like pork and cabbage or something for you guys that I don't get to eat very often, but Richard absolutely will not eat it. I think I might do just a shepherd's pie. And this time of year, it's so nice. It's very hearty and good for the cold weather. And again, it's so easy to do, and it's so quick to do. So plan on that. Plan on shepherd's pie for Saturday night's cooking chat at 7 o'clock on the channel. And then be watching for the members subscriber counts video with little shout outs for previous guests on the show. I'm going to be reaching out to some people that were just waiting for the holidays to get over so they could have normal schedules again and a little free time, so that I can go back to doing interviews with other channels or just with interesting, talented people. And I might still do those on Fridays. I'll leave it up to those people, because I'm really enjoying having this Tuesday night just to do fun things, just to look at funny things or interesting things or weird stuff, and just talk about, what we're watching on Netflix or YouTube or Amazon Prime or whatever. That's what I want the streams to be. Just, again, like you're in my living room with me and we're just talking about what's going on in real life. That is so fun for me. So I hope you have fun with that too. But let me know. Feedback is important. And if there's something I need to tweak or add to what I'm doing or not do in another show, let me know. I won't know if you don't tell me. But thank you guys for being here. Thank you. Lead plate special, spin-off of shepherd's cottage pie. Yeah, I'll have to look into the chicken tater tot casserole. Richard would eat that for sure. I mean, he'll eat the shepherd's pie too. But chicken tater tot casserole. Even a chicken shepherd's pie. So instead of like my chicken pot pie, which he won't eat chicken pot pie because I like carrots and peas and onions and stuff in it. He'll eat the potatoes that I put in it, but a chicken shepherd's pie or a chicken tater tot casserole. That might be something I do for a show, is try to cook something I've never cooked before. So you guys can always make suggestions on dishes that you know about that maybe I haven't cooked before, and then we can see if I can pull it off or if it's a disaster if I try to do it live during the show. Oh, yes, I can do desserts. Oh, I could do that. I could do that. Well, we're gonna do another savory meal for this one, and then maybe the next one to mix it up, I'll do a dessert. I have lots of fun desserts, and a lot of them that I can do again in the time that it takes to do the show. So thank you for those suggestions. But so back to what I was saying. Thank you for being here. Thank you in advance for sharing the stream, for watching the video I'm going to put up once I get it rendered of the optical illusions, or at least some of them that we looked at today. Thanks for inviting your friends to check out the channel. I love you all, guys. I do hope you're happy and well. Be safe, be blessed, stay warm. I will see you on Saturday night at 7. As always, I'll leave the chat open for a minute or so you guys can say your goodbyes or hellos if you didn't get a chance to say hello to each other. And I'm going to go find something to eat. All right. I love you guys. Take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye.